everyone. I'm recording this 7 minutes past midnight, New Year's Day. So, let's start off the decade riot by making a tier list. This is a joke, by the way. Like, this whole video is I wouldn't normally do this. I just thought it would be funny. So, yeah. I previously made like 3 videos where I am rating antagonists and protagonists in Star vs. the Forces of Evil. So we're gonna do Star vs. the Evil tier list. So, yeah. Start with Kelly. Actually, I love Kelly. I'm gonna put Kelly in an A. Kelly, her family's all about fighting, and like her people are actually, they're all about fighting, and they all have really big hair. So she lives in, I think, her father's hair. I don't know. And it's just really weird and kind of funny. Buff Frog. Buff Frog is a father, except none of them are actually blood related to him, because all of his kids were given to him in a sack. Like, Ludo's like, I want you to do work for me, here's a sack full of frog eggs, or whatever. And it was just like, what? And so that they're his kids now, essentially. And there are a bunch of episodes about monsters and humans coming together and stuff. I can't really do much for Marco's parents. This is Marco's mom. She doesn't really appear that much. I mean, I'll put her in a B because B seems to be neutral. Meteora. Or Meteora as a baby, I guess, but still Meteora. Meteora is a mutant monster hybrid. She is the daughter of Eclipsa, the Queen of Darkness, and Globgor, King of Darkness. But, Eclipsa is only called the Queen of Darkness as, like, a title more. Unlike the other queens, where, like, instead of that, okay, yeah, no, those are titles too. But, like, for Eclipsa, she gets her title by marriage and not by, like, anything that she does, I guess, except marrying someone. Because she married Globgor, Queen of Darkness. And everyone else is just like, Moon the Undaunted, Celia the Shy. What's going on here? Rhina the Riddled. But Meteora is swapped out with a peasant girl, and she's sent to be raised by Saint Olga, who is like forcing her to like cover up her human and monster sides. And like she was just treated real poorly by Saint Olga. She's a robot even. I don't know. Then she becomes Miss Heinous, who shuts down St. Olga and takes over St. Olga's School for Wayward Princesses. It's just... it's just really dramatic. And then there's the whole thing about them taking over, all the kids taking over St. Olga's. That's just... Meteora is a great villain. So, you know what? I'm gonna put her in S tier. When she's turned back into a baby, it's hinted that she has memory of being heinous and hating Marco and stuff. So, or Princess Tudina. Ponyhead. I don't know. She wasn't that great of a character. She's just like all about partying and I don't know. She doesn't really. I don't know. She's like the drama queen, and like I'm sure some people like seeing characters in shows that are like that, but it's a bit overused. Just gotta say that. Nina Loveberry. She actually also becomes a great villain. When she's introduced, though, you think that she's just this normal character, but at the end of that episode that she's introduced in, she tries to, like, take over Earth and rule the entire planet. And then Star stops her. And then she's, like, crying at the end because she thought that her and Star were mud sisters. So I don't know. But then, like 3 seasons later, she comes back. She's trying to kill everyone. And she's actually like a threat. Like in that episode, she wasn't really a threat. She didn't kill anyone. She was just like, let's take over Earth. Let's push these people off a cliff. She never did though. But then, in 3 seasons later, she is still trying to push people off cliffs. She never manages to. But she is killing people. Left and right. They have to destroy the magic to stop her. Like, what the heck? This... That was actually great. I'm gonna put her in S tier. Toffee. He was the villain in seasons 1 and 2 and the Battle for Me movie between seasons 2 and 3. Yeah, now he was like, he was a villain for the longest time because season 3 Meteora was the villain, season 4 Mina was the villain, and he was the villain for like 2 seasons and a movie. So, I don't know. That was the longest like section for one villain. So yeah, I guess he had like the most build off. I don't know. He was like the villain. Normally when you're thinking of a Star versus the Forces of Evil villain, I guess Toffee is the first one to come to mind even. And there are even a bunch of theories about how Eclipse used to date him or something. It's just really weird. Or like, there's also a theory which I do like, I do agree with, or no, not agree with, but I believe that it could be possible, where he's not actually like evil, I guess. And like he was right from the start. I mean, he didn't even kill anyone. There were chances he had where he could have just killed Moon and Marco, but did he? No, he didn't. Like, he didn't kill many people at least. And like he knew that the magic would have to be destroyed at some point. He was just trying to have it destroyed sooner. And maybe definitely all the stuff with Mina wouldn't have happened if he'd succeeded. I guess the stuff with Meteora wouldn't have happened either. So yeah. And so that's just kind of fun. Like, it's like he could have been the only antagonist. But you know, whatever. I guess it's fine. Whatever. Okay. Moon Butterfly, Star's mother. she's like really strict, and she's like, well, you don't have time to be happy. No, hold on. You won't have time to be happy once you're queen, Star. You have to grow up and become emotionless. And it's like, wait, what? But actually, she's been through some stuff. Like when she was like, I don't know, 17, I think it was, her mom died. Like this was bad. Her mom was killed by Toffee. I said like Toffee didn't kill anyone, but he did. He killed maybe like, he killed people during like a war. But that's because it's a war. Sometimes in a war, you just have to kill people. Could have been self-protection. We don't know the whole detail. We don't know it all. So, you know. Okay, so his entire group were like rebels in the Monster War. But they were actually in the right. Like, they were trying to get rid of magic. I mean, I don't know if I don't think they went the right route. But they were right about magic having to be destroyed at some point. Okay, so Moon went up to Toffee, and so first she made a deal with Eclipsa so she could get a spell. I have a spell book right here. Or, yeah, I have the Star versus spell book right here. And I just want to say these words because I do. Leave me alone. Yeah. So her darkest spell. I call the darkness. Okay, yeah, this is also translated from Lomuman. I call the darkness onto me from deepest depths of wind and sea, from ancient evils unawoken, break the one that can't be broken. To blackest night I pledge my soul and crush my heart to burning coal, to summon forth a deadly force, to see my hated foe devoured. No, a deadly power. See my hated foe devoured. Yeah. Okay. So that's the thing. So she got that spell from Eclipsa, and instead of killing Toffee, which would have... the series wouldn't have happened if she had killed Toffee, but she chose not to kill Toffee so that Eclipsa, who isn't actually evil, wouldn't come back to life. She's not evil even. Like, she married Glogor. He did eat people for a bit. Then she turned him vegetarian, I guess. I don't know. Is that how it works? Like, they're not human. How do you know they're omnivores? Or that they can eat plants. The monsters, I mean. But okay. So, there was that. I mean, like, not all monsters are even evil. Like, all humans are like, monsters, they're so evil, but like, not all monsters are evil. And there are humans that are evil too. So, they're basically the same. I mean, seriously. Yeah, so Moon, I would put her in a D for like stereotypical queen. But because of the tragic backstory, she gets points for that. So, you know. The teacher. I don't even know what her name was. I can't remember her name. I don't know. Star accidentally turns her teacher into a troll. which is fitting because her teacher acts like a troll. No, no, hold on. Her teacher isn't like a troll, like is always trolling people or whatever, but like a troll in the sense of like grumpy and like whatever, like a troll under a bridge kind of deal, like, you know. So yeah, so she's gonna lose points for that, and just for that, I'm gonna move up Ponyhead. Eclipsa. Eclipsa's actually great. And I've seen some theories that were made before uh before season 3 where they're like, yeah, Eclipsa, she's gonna be the next villain, and I think that was like those were some good theories, even though they did prove incorrect. In the end, she actually became an ally. But still, it's fun to look at the theories. And Eclipsa is one of my favorite queens of Muni. So, including Durhania and, hold on, I have a list. Including Durhania and Selena. Durhania something, hold on. So yeah, my favorites are Eclipsa, Queen of Darkness, this is going to take a while. Eclipsa, Queen of Darkness, Durhania, the Heat, and Selena the Shot. So yeah, I'm gonna put her in A. Yes. Janna. Janna's cool because, like, everyone... She's like, creepy, but more in, like, not like she's stalking people or something, but more like she's just, like, she likes skulls, and so she has, like, a set of hair or whatever. Shrunken head, you call it what you want. And like, okay, she just creeps people out because of like the things she likes, not because she stalks people. She doesn't stalk people. She's into stuff like the dead, because there's this one episode where she convinces Star to, instead of going to prom, go to a graveyard late at night to watch someone who died 100 years ago get resurrected. Like, come back like his candles did. Because he was Bobo the Clown, he had these candles that they never went out or something. Or they went out, but they went right back. And it was just like, what? And she has, like, this, like, weird occult safe or whatever you call it behind Marco's locker. It's really weird, you know. And she knows stuff about like what to do if like you're being haunted by someone you knew in your life. So she was helping Star when she kept seeing Glossric everywhere when we thought Glossric was gone forever. That kind of deal. And then Glossric came back, but then all he could say was Globgore. And he was literally acting like a dog. Like, he was acting like a puppy. Like, he was running around, he was running on all fours, might I mention. He was like, not even, like he had lost his mind. He was so weird. So Janna, you're going, she's going in A. Romulus. I don't like Romulus. Romulus crystallizes people. And he's very cocky. And, he hates his father, Glossaric. So, I don't know. Put him in the sea. I think his name was like Rubel or something. Yeah. Whatever. He's a scribe. And okay, so every Queen of Muni, they have a song written to be performed on their song day. It's like this whole thing about like how they're gonna be queen soon or whatever. And this was his first time. And he wanted to be better than all the other ones. So instead of making some stuff up, he pulls this one right out of his hat. And before Star and Marco even know that they like each other, he just in Song Day sings about how her and Marco were gonna get married and whatever. That was just so awesome. He predicted the future. He knew that Star and Marco liked each other. They didn't know. No one knew except him. It was so fun. That was awesome. I really liked that episode, actually. And that was actually a good song. I don't know. So I'm going to put him in S tier. Tom Lucidor. He lives in the underworld. He's a demon. He's Star's ex-boyfriend. He has really bad anger issues. You know, that kind of jazz. He hates Marco's guts at first because he's jealous that Marco is like best friends with Star or whatever, and Star won't even talk to him. It was like, what? Yeah. So he was trying to be anger free when he like showed up on the Blood Moon Ball day. Like, that wasn't his first appearance, because there was this one time where Star was like, call Mom, but instead her mirror phone was like, calling Tom. And she was like, no. And Tom answered, he's like, Star. And then she's like, I said Mom, not Tom. And she hung up. He looked so upset. He looked like he was about to cry. So, yeah. And so, the first episode where he actually, like, has an impact, he comes in, he invites Star to the Blood Moon Ball. She's like, no, we're over. And he's like, oh, come on, this only happens every 657 days or something like that. I mean, years. Once every 567 years or whatever. I don't know. And she's like, okay, I guess I'll go. And Marco's like, maybe I should go with you. And it was just like, and she was like, no, I can handle a demon. I'm 14. It's like, what? I don't think 14-year-olds should be able to handle a demon. It's like, what? It's so weird. But, you know, that's why we love Star versus the Forces of Evil. Star's always like, I can handle everything. It's just so awesome. So, I'm gonna put him in A tier. Star's father. River. Johansson. Okay. Like Moon, he was actually cool when he was younger. I mean, he was like really shy, and he was giving Moon an apology meet because he was like interrupting her or something. I can't remember the details. Or maybe it was because of like the big fight that everyone was having, on whether that they should declare war on Toffee and his group, or make a peace offering. He was one of the people who said peace offering, and Moon's like, stop, let me make the decision. And then she's like, my decision is I'll decide in the morning. Then he comes in with an apology meet, and he's like real shy and stuff. But then, like, when he becomes king, he is not shy anymore. He's incredibly childish. And he likes fighting monsters and getting covered in mud. And running into things without thinking about them. There's this one episode where he's being a super big hypocrite because he's teaching Star a lesson about not running into things without thinking, when he does that all the time. And it's just like, wait, what? And it was an episode called, like, The Bog Beast of Bogaba or something. And he was just like, we've all been the Bog Beast of Bogaba. And that dude over there, he's been the Bog Beast twice. And it's like, what? The Bog Beast of Bogaba. Well, you know, runs into things without thinking about it. And it's like, that's not a bad thing. You just need to be aware of it. He's not aware of it himself. He thinks that he's not the Bog Beast of Bogaba anymore. But he is, 100%. And, you know, he's like very messy as well. I'm putting him in the Heckapoo, member of the Magic High Commission, as well as Glosser, but I forgot to mention that. So Heckapoo, she's in charge of all the dimensions. She makes dimensional scissors so that people can travel between the dimensions. Open up different portals between dimensions. And, so yeah. Just a little snip, snip. Snip, snip. And, damn, you're in another dimension. It's like, what? Now, you know. Heckapoo kind of acts like a teenager. Like, she's got that teenager personality going on. Like, moody, sassy. Say what you want. Oh, yeah. So I think that's pretty funny. I'm putting her a B. Oscar. Star's crush for, like, 2 seasons. The first 2 seasons, she's just in love with Oscar. And it's just like, what? And he's introduced, and everyone's like, oh my god, this music kills me. And in the end, I'm like, hey, this music. The music that he usually makes doesn't even sound that bad. So I don't know. It's bearable. And everyone is just like, they can't bear it. But it's bearable. I'll tell you that much. It's bearable. So, and that's just all that he ever does. That's all he's known for. And because of that, I'm putting him in a B. Ludo Avaris. Now, he is a Kappa. He stole... Okay, no, hold on. I should talk about his past first. So his parents don't let anyone move out or do anything with their lives, and are incredibly, like, rude to their kids and such. And so Ludo steals their castle and locks them out. Then he gets like a big gang of monsters. And then he sets his eyes on Star's wand, and he, for like the first season, is always trying to get Star's wand. And you think he's the antagonist. But like, Toffee comes and he's like, I'll take it from here. You've lost everything. Bye. Stupid Birdman. And it's like, what? What happened? I thought he was gonna get the wand at some point, which he sort of does. He gets half of the wand because it got cleaved, because Star used the whispering spell on it. So you know, but you know, Ludo is a very funny character actually. So put him in A. Again, not much is known about, there's not much with Marco's parents. I'm just gonna put him in B. Marco's father. Glossaric, the little guy inside of the book of spells. I don't personally have an opinion on him. So, I don't really have anything to say about him either, so I'll just put him in B. I love how I'm putting everyone in B. Jackie. She's like this cool skateboarding kid. And Marco's had a crush on her since like kindergarten or whatever. And like they start dating for a while. And she breaks up with him in like season 3 because she knows that he likes Star more. So I mean, she's cool, I guess. She's not as cool as Jana. Still putting her in A. And for that, I'm gonna move Tom and Kelly up to S and Hekapu up to A. There we go. That sounds about right. Star. Okay. So Star is like rebel princess or whatever. She doesn't even want to be queen because of how her mother is. Her mother's all like, when you're queen, you don't have time to be happy. And she doesn't want that. And she gets upset in this one episode where she gets told by Mr. Candle that all she could ever be in the future is Queen of Muni. And so she like like changes her, and like she changes everything about her. She gets a mermaid, she kidnaps a mermaid, she gets an axe, and she's like, I heard that if I chop off a mermaid's tail, I can never be queen. And she's like trying, she says she's gonna chop off the mermaid's tail. And Marco's like, hey, it doesn't matter if you're queen, because you're not gonna rule like every other queen. You're gonna rule your way. And then she's like, you're right. And then she turns to the mermaid. She's like, I'm so sorry. And it's just like, and she starts off hating monsters and loving to fight monsters all the time, like her dad. But she changes a lot. She grows a lot, and she starts working with Eclipsa for monster rights, and it's just. And there's this one episode where one of the monsters in Ludo's gang gets kicked out, and Marco's trying to help him be a better person, And Star is like, he's a monster, he can't be a better person. But at the end of the episode, Marco's the one that's like, he definitely can't be a better person. And Star is the one who's like, yeah, he has some good in him. He's cool. So that was funny. And for that, I'm gonna put her in A. Marco. He's not that interesting, actually. It's a very unpopular opinion. You know? The only importance he has in the show is that he knows karate, but he's only a green belt. Though, I mean, later in the series, he becomes a red belt. But still. What? So, yeah. This is my finished tier list. Thank you all for watching, I guess. Now, Happy New Year's. Bye.